to the Big Ten on CBS pregame show presented by Hellmann's, America's #1 mayonnaise. And we have the #1 seat in the house. We are just in the shadow of the big house here in Ann Arbor. Danny Cannell, Bryant McFadden, I'm Emily Proud, and we are getting ready for a Rose Bowl in September, it feels like, for the first time USC and Michigan squaring off as Big Ten foes, and the first time in the regular season since the late 50s. So, Danny, what's at stake in this big game?
First of all, I want to say I wish we were in the shadows of the big house because that
shadow would be nice.
It's pretty hot. I think that's going to be a story to watch out for in the game today. But what's at stake? This is an awesome game. I mean, when we saw conference realignment, this is the type of game that got really people excited about these type of matchups. And there's a ton at stake. Michigan really looking to salvage a season which has gotten off to a bumpy start. They already lost at home once to Texas, so they're sort of fighting to hang in there in the Big Ten race. And then USC is trying to establish themselves as both a Big Ten contender and a national championship contender. And they could go a huge step forward, getting a big road win here at the big house against a quality opponent. So for both of these teams, there's a ton at stake early this season.
Yeah, I agree. When you talk about SC continuing to establish and build on the momentum they already have in place, already beating a top 25 team in LSU. And then for Michigan, yes, it was a big-time disappointment a few weeks ago when they lost at home to Texas, but everything they would like to achieve is still there for them to achieve when it comes to being relevant in the Big Ten, and also, too, trying to find out if they can get a seat into the playoffs. And it starts today because for Michigan, they have no room for error. You know, they already have a loss on their record, and having another loss, which could be a Big Ten loss on their record, definitely would hamper some of their regular season aspirations.
Danny mentioned conference realignment and how you get excited about games like this. I mean, these are two storied programs, 23 national championships between these two schools. So what is it that gets you excited about seeing a game like this so early in the calendar?
Well, just you talked about seeing this early. Usually we see this in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Usually we see this at the end of the season. Now we're seeing this in the regular season in September, and we get an opportunity to see USC play in the big house. Like I said, that is super important when you talk about being a fan of college football and understanding the prestige and the tradition that follows both of these two teams in Michigan and SC. So I'm just excited. You see a lot of SC fans here. I know we're here in Michigan, but you would be surprised to see how many Trojan fans have followed their ball club to the big house to be able to be a part of history, because this is the first time SC has ever played in this stadium.
Totally agree. I think that's why. I mean, last night I was walking around Ann Arbor with my daughter. We came early, and you saw a lot of USC fans, and it's like the collegial spirit of college football that kind of you see Michigan fans kind of welcome them, and they're friendly last night. Today they're going to be rivals yelling at each other. But I also like the different styles. That's one thing I'm really excited about, because USC traditionally has been really good-looking athletes, great quarterbacks, good skill positions. When they were great, they had great defenses, but we haven't seen that in a while. And then Michigan, we think of the big powerhouse, you know, running downhill at you, and we're going to get a bunch more of that today, especially with the quarterback change that they've got coming. So the two opposing, we got the West Coast coming over to Detroit area and coming to Ann Arbor. There's so many different things that make this a really intriguing matchup. I can't wait to watch.
You mentioned that quarterback change. Davis Warren throwing a few too many picks for Sharon Moore's liking. So now Alex Orji will get his first career start here at the big house. A lot of pressure is on him. I think it's safe to assume the offense can't get any worse. But Danny, where can it get better with him taking charge?
The one thing I think that probably everybody's been disappointed about so far is the lack of the run game. And you could put that on the offensive line somewhat. You could put it somewhat on the pass game, because when you don't have a successful passing game, defenses load up the box, and you could put some of it on the running backs themselves and, of course, the quarterback. So there is blame to go around. But I think that's probably been the biggest disappointment, is the lack of them being able to support whatever quarterback has been in there with a solid run game and an offensive line, which has struggled to create holes. They've struggled to, protect the passer. So all of it has led to this moment where it feels kind of panicky this early in the season. But as you mentioned, Emily, Davis Warren, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That'll get you benched anywhere. He hasn't taken care of the football. So now the pressure is on Michigan to go with the quarterback that all of us thought, every preseason publication, every magazine, when they had depth chart, all of them had Alex Orji. He was supposed to be the starter, and then he lost it in training camp. Now he